Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Kahalo Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Shem Kahawadash. Of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways. All right, pushing this truth across four corners of the earth. Also doing it by publishing numerous videos throughout social media. This is now I'm on the DC camp branch of Great Millstone. And, well, let's get this out of the way. This is copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Fair use, fair use, fair use. All right. So, let's go to the video. I keep telling you, these snakes, boy, they always have something up their sleeve. Now, you know these bastards, whatever you think of what's going on, at some point you probably wondered, well, they're getting away with all these workers that, Trump in his debates running up toward the election kept dropping this phrase, black jobs, black jobs. You're like, what the fuck is he talking about? So, well, as it turns out, there's been a lot of talk on the web. People have been doing their own little investigations. And come to find out, wouldn't you know it, they believed Trump was sending them some kind of coded message which said that we were going to replace the illegals. I shit you not. Here we go.
So these white farmers here in America really thought that black people was going to go back to working on their farms? I want you to check out these two videos real quick with this particular white gentleman and a sister. And let's go ahead on and get in on this.
So now that I have fallen down this rabbit hole, I just jumped on to Twitters. And I got an alt Twitter where I pretend to be a MAGA guy. And I saw a live. And I am not kidding you. This dude, all these dudes, these farmer dudes in there, these farm owner dudes, are saying, well, we thought the blacks would come back and do the jobs because they don't have jobs. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but black people have jobs. And you thought you were getting your slaves back, is basically what you were saying. That's what you thought. It's still going right now. And I'm not going to post a link to it because I don't want to give these people a voice. But they think they're in a safe space on Twitter. They're not.
They have plans. And when I mean they, I'm talking about. So just beware. Hear me out. I decided to do something a few weeks ago. I decided to infiltrate. Yes. Special agent. And I went on the MAGA side of social media. Set up a whole dummy account. Did everything I needed to do. Made sure it wasn't connected to any of my emails. And the stuff that I have seen over there, trust me when I tell you, they got rid of all of the undocumented because they're expecting us to pick that fruit. And they're starting with Job Corps youth.
So the plan was to get rid of the illegal aliens who are actually on the farms, a lot of Latinos. And then the plan was to put black people there in the place so you can get your, slavery fantasy. That is the funniest thing ever. They really think black people don't have jobs. They think black people aren't entrepreneurs. They think we're not successful. These people, this is what they get for not being educated. Because and not picking up a book. They don't read the room right. Listen, newsflash, folks, we're not working for you. We want to work for ourselves. We're going to build with each other. Well, we're not working for you. So now you just kind of shot yourself in the foot. You got rid of your workers because you were fearing that they was going to overtake you in numbers. So let's hurry up and get rid of them and bring some black Americans out here to work for us because we're too lazy to work for ourselves. And see, that's really been your problem from the beginning. You're lazy. You always try to put this lazy label on black Americans, but the real ones were lazy was you. When you said, oh, we don't know what we're going to do about these black people, you wouldn't have nothing to worry about if you wasn't lazy and got out there and worked your own plantations. You worrying about the Latinos and how many of them in this country. You wouldn't have that problem if you wasn't lazy and got out there and worked on the farms yourself and your own people. Now all these jobs are opening and your people don't want to go out there and do it. Why? Why can't they go out there and pick fruit, strawberry? Why can't they go work the farm? Why? They're human. They're capable. Not everybody has a medical issue. So why? Well, what is the reason, folks? Why are you so lazy? Why are you so dependent on somebody else outside of yourself for you to make it? That's just a legitimate question. You claim you're so hard working, so and do this and do that. So why? I mean, I genuinely want to know. Yes, I have my theories, but I genuinely like to know, why are you so lazy that you can't get out there yourself? You're planning to get rid of one group to bring in black folk. And you're finding out real quick that plan is crash and burn. That is an epic failure. It's a failure. Listen, we're not working for you no more. We done done our time for free. You're not getting no free labor, and you're not getting no reduced labor either. You're not. You're going to pay black people for any work that we do. And if you're not going to pay us, we're just going to leave and quit. That's it. That's on any job. We know our worth. Putting up a wall, boundaries, that's on you too. That is on you too. I don't know why y'all thought that black people, all people, but FBA, gonna go out there and work on a farm for the likes of you? Man, that is crazy. Just even me hearing that this is what y'all even talking about or thinking. So some of the Latinos say, see, that's what we were talking about. Y'all next. No, we not next. Because we can't be deported. Don't put us in that. And we not going to work on their farm. We're not doing it. All that fruit can go to hell before we go out there. That's just really what it is. Put it like this. If all of the agriculture was to collapse in America and it just got so bad with the food, man, I know where to go to get some good food. I know exactly where to go to get some good food. The agriculture you have here, you put chemicals on it. You go eat food and fruit and all that in other countries and then eat this mess right here. You can go eat bread in other countries. You can go eat whatever you want to do in other countries, but eat it here and it bloats you, giving you all kind of disease, inflammation, cancer. If you just do the research on the cancer rates in America, and definitely the Western world, but in America compared to other countries, it's through the roof. Why? Because of food. These farmers aren't doing nothing really great for the population. Between the farmers and these food companies who's making the most horrible food. Now they're supposed to be removing all food dyes out. I've been seeing like a couple of things coming on the shelf now that say food dye free. It's starting to roll that out slowly but surely now.
And that's the thing, because myself have known a few people that have gone overseas and come back. It's been quite a while since I've been overseas, but I'm just talking about recent years, and they say, "Oh my goodness, oh man, how much better it is. I've lost weight. I feel better. All this. They're not sick anymore." And he's absolutely right. So now they want to act like they care now, but shit, the damage has been done. All right. And, call Allah Yahweh Shemi Hawashah for sparing us, like, Like it says, we shall eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. You know, this is shit. Well, I don't want to say shit. Well, it's it's not for the most part real. It's altered. It's GMOs. All right, it's nose. And I say that again. You know, this is the Most High. Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, this is His work. All right. This is who we owe this. You know, the medical profession be damned because they working hand in hand. This is all about money. This greedy bastard that's over us. All right. This is all he's concerned with at that bottom line. All right. And let me get a few scriptures here because we always try to tell our people at least, you know, never trust this motherfucker, you know. Sirach 12 and 10 on down. And I'm going to go ahead and read it, and I'll come back to what I was going to get. This is Sirach 12. Hey, we got to bring these, you know. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. But see, it's the thing. This devil is clever. He's oh so clever. All right. He's good with them words. All right. He's deceitful. All right. That's another one of his talents besides the sword. All right. It says 11. Though he humble himself, because he's a great actor, right? / hypocrite. And go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. All right. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee. And this goes back to when we talk about the infamous Deuteronomy 23 and 7. It says, set him not by thee, and that word in that is abhor. All right, and they try to twist with that. You know, Strong's H130, and I think it was 726. You go into those definitions. It's actually talking about a Syrian, relatives of, you know, Abraham and his family. All right, they try to twist that. No, you were supposed to. What's that old expression? Serve your enemy with a long-handled spoon. In our case, yes, we have to deal with him, but you don't have to be buddies. And a lot of Jake make that mistake. Oh, he, and ha, ha, ha. No. Kind of send a mixed message there, don't? It says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. How many examples? We'll probably be here all night into next week. All right. How many examples of this? All right. And thou at the last remember thy words and be pricked therewith. But at this point, it's too late. It's too late. 13. Who will pity a charmer? We've already warned you numerous times. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? You've been warned. So if you continue to deal with this serpent, you get bit. Who's going to feel sorry for you? Or any such as come nigh wild beasts. All right? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him and his sins, who will pity? But when we go to Proverbs, let's see, 26 and start at 24, and it says, and this is this devil, it says, the words of a, well, hold on, 24, excuse me. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. Let's go into the commentary. All right, though an unusual sense of the word, it's allowable and better suits the context, which says what? Hypocrisy. Now let's go to, that's Jameson Fawcett Brown. Let's go to Benson here. It says, gives you the verse. He says, carries himself like another man, that is, pretends love and kindness. What's the example of that? What did Trump do to the Northern Kingdom here? And it's largely their fault. Again, why do you trust? But see, they thought, and he played them like a, well, I'm not going to go into that. Yes, he took advantage of, one would say, their ignorance, but they truly believe that he was talking about us. And I've heard them, several videos I've watched where they said this. They thought they were the favored, you know, and he took advantage of your own racism, Northern Kingdom, against us. He played you. So now, since they're gone, I've heard that he was going to try to bring them back. But nah. Why? Because, like I said, these people that went undercover on the web, and they heard this chatter about, well, they really thought we were going to take their place. All right? He said, and laid up the seat within him, all right, by counterfeiting kindness, only the more easily and securely to deceive thee when he speaketh fair. And it goes on down here, the Hebrew, all right, uses gracious or supplicating language, gives thee the kindest words. Oh man, just think about the presidential election leading up to it, the campaigns. But see, this is the thing. He actually told you what he was going to do. And I don't want to have this, but it kind of connects, all right, because we are all one people, but this is how this deceitful bastard, how he's managed to play one against the other, all right. It says, kindest words, and assures thee he is sincere. Believe him not. Give no credit to his flatteries and professions of esteem and regard, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. That is a great variety of base and wicked designs. Whose hatred is covered by deceit with false professions of love. I love you. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. Instead of that secrecy and impunity which by this art he designs and promises to himself, he shall be brought to public shame and punishment. And that's happening collectively with this devil. All right. So let's go back and let him finish the video here.
They should have been do that a long time ago, right? You know, food dies and no food. They put chemicals in everything with these people. Everything they put a chemical in. It's sick and crazy. That they want to get people sick that bad. Now, when we say that we're cutting off everybody, that includes you. So get your lazy self up, go out there, y'all get together, go on them farms, pick them fruits, some strawberries, go pick all that since you done kicked out the Latinos. You do it. But history shows you're so lazy, you'll sit there and let it go bad before you go do it. And if you're not willing to work your own farm, or your people aren't willing to work, then it shows that shouldn't be in charge. Well, I look like depending on another group of people. Another group. I'm going to depend on another group of people to do my work that I can't get out there and do myself. That's crazy. So yeah. Miss us with that. Them days are gone. I know y'all be going to them slavery plantations and be just having a wet dream, wishing you could have lived in that time to be doing the evil to black people. I know you wish you had it. I know, because that's just your culture. That's what it is. But them days are gone. They're not coming back. So either get yourself up out there, go work your own farm, or you're going to go broke. Matter of fact, a lot of them farms you have belong to FBAs anyway, because you stole that land from FBAs. FBA's probably going to get their land back when y'all go broke. I hope all you farmers go broke in this country, because a lot of you are on stolen FBA land anyway. You know, we have millions of acres of land in this country for the 20th century.
Yep.
Millions of acres.
Yep.
And we hardly got anything now, because they finessed us all out of our land. So a lot of that land they have belong to FBAs anyway. I hope they lose their farm. We don't need nothing from them. As black folks, we can grow our own food. We've been growing our own food. I grew up in my neighborhood. Everybody grew their own food. So we can grow our own food. We don't need nothing from y'all. we can make it. I promise you, one thing about black folks, we will make it. And we'll make it just fine without you and without your farm. Because you're not giving us no healthy food anyway, so you want us to go work your farm. Please, stop being lazy. Get out there, do it yourself, or just let the farm go down.
But are they? No. I just was thinking about something from a while back, and I got to go back here. Because Trump, I think this was his first administration, but, this is recent. Let's see. He's trying to make homelessness illegal. Now, what's the design behind this? Could it be, I'm just throwing this out there now, because you still got the 13th Amendment thing. You forgot about that. You got this big for this private prison industry, and that's ALEC, the American Legislative Exchange Council. They meet in Philly every year around this time. I think it's August, actually. Every year, the private prison industry. What do you think? More than likely, if Jake is not going to volunteer, of course, what do you think they're going to get this? Hey, this is his shit. He can tweak it and rip all that shit up and do it all. Let's see, what's the one I want to see? Trump wants to address homelessness by working. Let's see. Trump wants to make homelessness illegal. This was a couple of years ago. It's from Newsweek. Let's see. All right. It says former president, so like I say, it's 2 years ago, said he wants to make criminal homelessness. All right. Under my strategy, working with states, we will ban urban camping wherever possible. Violators of these bans will be arrested, but they will be given the option to accept treatment and services if they're willing to be rehabilitated. What if it's not drug related? What if it's just people who just can't afford to keep up? All right, there were nearly 600,000 Americans experiencing homelessness last year. All right, there has been an organized effort across the country to make homelessness illegal. Several states have already enacted bills along these lines, including Texas, Tennessee, and Missouri. Wow, that's no surprise. In California, the state with the largest homeless population, Trump in 2019 demanded their removal from Los Angeles and other cities in the state. All right, stating Trump pushed for White House officials to get homeless people off the streets and into government-backed facilities. The same year, Trump also riffed on then Representative Elijah Cummings, he's deceased since, Maryland, which he said was filled with homeless, and called Baltimore disgusting and rodent infested. All right, and they shared photos. Okay, of course. Let's see. It's Trump back then. He says, as proven last week during a congressional tour, the border is clean, efficient, and well run, just very crowded. Cummings' district is a disgusting rat and rodent infested mess. If he spent more time in Baltimore, maybe he could help clean up this very dangerous and filthy place. Ooh. All right. Let's go to another one. That's 2023. Let's get something more recent, if this thing will act right. All right, let's see. 20. Let's see. I just saw something. Let's see, February. No, I saw something more recent. Hold on. Let's see. March. What the hell? More results. All right, June. Let's see. January 6th. Oh, come on now. Let's see, March. Let's go with that. Trump turns homelessness response away from housing toward forced treatment. All right. How many, other than myself, see how this can go so terribly wrong? All right, Donald Trump is vowing a new approach to getting homeless people, because here in D.C., the mayor was forced to clean up these encampments, especially downtown. You know, because a lot of them are right across the White House, Lafayette Park there, and then other close parks nearby. So we can't have that. It's an eyesore, right? But like I say, you're criminalizing people for the most part. Yes, they have problems, they have issues, all right, but you have so many that it just can't keep up, that didn't have a problem then, all right. Some people work 2 jobs and can't afford to live anywhere because everything's so fucking high. So instead of addressing that end of it, no, you want to, yeah, all right. Anyway, our once great cities have become unlivable, unsanitary nightmares, Trump said in a presidential campaign video. For those who are severely mentally ill and deeply disturbed, we will bring them to mental institutions where they belong. Now, for those of you that probably don't know this, but the history of mental illness and treatment here in the United States is sad to say. It's really sad. And for the most part, a lot of these people that are homeless don't want to go to shelters because there's a lot of issues with them, being how they're run and the people that they're pretty much forced to live close to or around. You know, not everybody is mentally ill or has those kind of problems associated with homelessness. They're just down on their so-called luck. All right, that's what I was trying to say. So, what do you want to bet? Once they get arrested and charged with something, and they'll offer them some kind of way to work it off, so to speak. That's where I'm going with this. All right, how easily this could be abused. All right. White House officials have announced a formal policy but are opening the door to a treatment first agenda while engineering a major overhaul of the housing and social service programs that form the backbone of the homeless response system that cities and counties across the nation depend on. Bullshit. He just, I don't want to say cut, but is, what's the word I'm looking for? Holding back a lot of funds, and this is for the most part for people that don't do what he wants them to do accordingly, like with the history museums. He withheld from universities. Was it Yale? He was holding funds because, you know, this is what they're doing. This is just the nature of you know, so like I said, why would you trust anyone like this? All right. But that's going to be it. I mean, I made my point, and it's only going to get worse from here on out, you know. Like I always say, what we've been saying, you know, as far as prophecy, the things are holding back because you got what? You got this MOTB, the C to the hip, right? That's got to happen first, all right? So the angels are still holding those winds back, according to Revelation 7 chapter, right? All right, until certain prophecies happen first, namely that MOTB. So it's going to get rocky here real soon. So this is where, hey, that faith comes in, right? So that's going to be it for this video. As usual, I hope whoever views these videos are edified. That's what we do here at Great Millstone. All right. Pay attention to these prophecies. All right. Match it up to these scriptures. That's what we do. That's the way it's supposed to be. All right. So you'll know what time you're in, and all right. And hey, paying attention to what's going on. Keep that head on a swivel. Be circumspect. All right. So with that, shalom.